Okay.
Soon we're live.
150.
Now
Yeah,
we're
now
live.
we're live. Now we're live. Hi, Renee. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm doing good.
Doing good.
Because I just had something called Gua Sha done. So I thought we were wondering what to talk about today.
As we always do.
As we
every
always
Wednesday.
do.
What are we
Wednesday
going
we
to
come
talk
in.
about?
Yeah, and the other thing too is that there's no one else but you and I here, so we're like holding down the fort.
Yeah.
So
That's nice.
we put glitter all over the floor.
We got the rainbow flag in the window.
We got the rainbow flag, yeah.
Ready for pride?
I came in today and you were like, what are we going to talk about? And I'm like, I don't know, but can you gua sha my neck? And you're like, yeah, let's gua sha. So
That's the face I make.
because it helps a lot. So maybe, so what I was feeling was my neck was really restricted. I could feel it. It was jammed. I was starting to get a bit of a headache.
Yeah. Tell
them what Gua Sha is. Where she's gonna talk about what Gua Sha is, what it does, and then you're gonna see it happen right here today.
Gua Sha is a Chinese medicine. Everything I do is Chinese medicine related. First of all, number one, Gua Sha is a Chinese medicine technique, and it's a physical, like it's a manual technique, like RMT is a manual technique.
Yeah.
Acupuncture is manual, but it's kind of different. It's an insertion of needle.
Which I love too.
Yeah, it's really good. And but Gua Sha is kind of like the descriptor that's kind of really base understood is a press rubbing. So we press and we rub with Gua Sha. And there's all kinds of ways that you can use Gua Sha. But my specialty is using it for any kind of pain. So, for example, I had a client this morning, and she gets acid reflux, she gets headaches, she has constipation, and she has back pain.
Oh, that's a lot. Yeah. That's a lot to deal with.
That's a lot to deal with. And I was like, you are a prime candidate for Gua Sha. Right?
Right.
For Gua Sha.
Mm-hmm.
And I often have people like you come in, like today, like now that people know me,
mm-hmm.
I often have people come in and they're like, okay, today is a Gua Sha day.
Yeah. Oh, we had someone come in, you had someone come in a few weeks ago and say, I heard there's someone here who does Gua Sha.
Yeah, that's right.
And that's why they came, because it's so effective. It's like immediate pain relief.
Well, now it can be.
For me,
yeah. I'm going to say
my experience has been. For
yeah.
Me, yeah.
So the thing about Gua Sha that's really interesting is, and like everything, I don't think that there's one thing that's everybody's medicine.
True.
Right?
Yes.
And so that's a really important thing that we need to make sure always that people understand. There's not one thing that's everybody's medicine. So I used to believe, and I used to believe that anyone could benefit from acupuncture. Not just because I'm an acupuncturist, but because I've benefited so much from it. I'm like, everybody will benefit from acupuncture.
Right.
But I have met people and they can't benefit from acupuncture. And mostly it's either because they're really scared of needles
mm-hmm.
or their bodies are like, well, actually it's mostly because they have anxiety around needles. And so there's people who come in and they talk about, yes, I have anxiety around needles, and we're able to work through it, and
mm-hmm.
that's fine.
Right.
But there's people who can't deal with that.
Yeah.
Right? Now, the same thing goes for Gua Sha.
Yes.
And for cupping. So Gua Sha and cupping are similar,
mm-hmm.
right? But the same thing goes. People really like it or they don't.
Right.
At all.
Right.
Mostly people like it.
I happen to really like it.
Yeah.
The first time you actually did it on me was for my tendonitis. Yeah. On my arms. And after you did it,
yeah.
I was after over a year of being in pain with it, I was pain-free for like 2 days, which was huge because I hadn't been pain-free in 2 days. And since then, it has gotten consistently better.
But we haven't done a lot more on your arm.
No, I know.
Didn't we only do a couple of treatments?
We did a couple treatments, yeah, but
that's good.
I've also been taking care of it, but yeah. I mean, right? But because I've been doing that plank challenge. I don't know if you heard about it, like 1 minute plank for 30 days. I started doing that last week, but I also am doing 1 minute push-ups. So I do 1 minute of plank and then I do 1 minute of push-ups.
On your tendonitis.
So I felt it a little bit, and there's some tenderness there. But it's much better than it was before.
Yeah. So this is my treatment mind now. So I'm like, okay, well, that's what's going on in the body. And so how do we want to treat that? And how do we want to use Gua Sha, right? And so we've already kind of done the back of your neck. Now watch out. It doesn't look great.
Right.
Trigger warning, actually, because it really doesn't look great. But it doesn't it doesn't hurt when I touch it.
No, not at all.
Right.
Not at all.
So I had a patient say to me the other day, she said, it looks like it should hurt when I touch it, but it doesn't hurt. Now, when I do it, it's not comfortable. That's true.
It's not comfortable.
No. Now, some people like it. Like some people, if you like your back getting scratched, some people like that because they like a really good back scratch. And that's kind of what it feels like. But I can't say it's comfortable.
No. Having said that, we did it on my bum today too. And that was so painful.
It was so painful.
Oh, it's so
it's better on places where.
But I have a sensitive bum.
Well, yeah, but you're also in a lot of pain.
I'm also in a lot of pain down there. I have a lot of hip pain, so it's all kind of
But anywhere, Gua Sha is really good done on places where it's a lot of muscle and not adipose tissue, right?
Yes.
So, for example, like I can do it on this part of your arm and it would be okay.
Yeah.
But here, there's I could touch it and I could feel like there's a little bit of a dampness, like a water.
Yeah.
And so it will bruise. Well, you already have But it would bruise if I do it here.
Yeah.
But like for any kind of itis, like tendonitis, any kind of itis that's an inflammation,
yes,
that's a really, really good candidate for Gua Sha anywhere.
Yeah.
But it's always nice to start up here because all of these nerves come up and they connect here.
Right.
And so all of it attaches up here, all of the muscles and all of the fascia. Yeah. So we want to clear this area first, which we've already done.
We did. It felt so good. It felt so good.
Yeah.
It looks like it didn't feel good, but it feels so good.
Yeah.
But I also, as a kid, I also like scars and scabs.
Yeah. Well, I think it's really hard for some people just the way it looks, and I totally understand that, and I do my best to explain it to people.
Can I tell you a funny story?
Go ahead.
You did Gua Sha on my neck one day.
Yeah.
And I went to work that night, and I work at a restaurant. I wore my hair up like this, and I had the Gua Sha marks on my neck, and some guy was like, "Is that a hickey on the back of your neck?" Yeah. And I'm like, "No. My client is coming in. His name is Dave. He won't be on camera, but I'm just saying. Hi, Dave. How are you?
I'm okay. How are you, Cheryl?
Good. We're just doing a little bit of a podcast. It's going to be about 5 more minutes because she's doing. Have a seat.
No problem.
Yeah, do you want to use the? Okay.
Sure.
Good. Okay. Perfect. Awesome. Yeah.
I'm early.
No, it's okay. It's all good. Okay.
Good.
She's gonna do it on my arm, which is cool.
I'm gonna do Gua Sha on the arm.
She's gonna do Gua Sha on my arm.
I try to avoid Gua Sha because I just think it's very dangerous. I have no idea what you're talking about. Not whatsoever, and I don't.
Okay.
Perfect. I'm fine.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm very sensitive to people's privacy.
Okay.
So I'm taking a little bit of coconut oil. Just point that down at my crotch. That's weird. Anyway, I'm taking a little bit of coconut oil and I'm rubbing it on her arm like this. Okay, now rest it. You got to rest your arm.
I got to rest my arm, right.
So this is my tool. And the reason why I use this tool is because I can recycle it and I don't have to use it on multiple people. So I was trained by this woman in New York, Aria Nielsen. guasha.com is her website if you want to know more about it and more about her. She's pretty phenomenal. But I take this, I use this because of my training with her.
This is a tin lid for something.
Yeah,
FYI.
It's a tin lid that I order specifically. But what's interesting is it has a beveled edge.
Okay.
So the traditional tools would be like buffalo horn or jade. Now, if we were doing facial Gua Sha, which you can do for facial rejuvenation, then I use the jade tool.
You've done Gua Sha on my face when I've had really bad sinus congestion as well.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good.
And you said it would go away in the day.
And 2 days. Yeah.
Just had a charity benefit to go to that night.
Whoopsie. So this is Gua Sha. So I do a press rubbing technique. And so you can't kind of hear it here, but it sounds like this.
It's like a purr. It's like a cat's purr almost.
Or like those old-fashioned washboards.
Yeah.
So this is what I'm doing. Yeah. So
It's-
you see when Cheryl makes that face, that like it's like now it's enough. That's when all of the color starts to jump up.
Yeah.
So I'm watching the color and I'm kind of watching her face out of the side of
So
my
is
eye.
that how you know how much to do it?
Yeah. That's
So
how I know when to stop.
So when you did my neck, it came up really fast.
Yeah, that's why.
That's how you okay.
Because I didn't do a lot of strokes on your neck.
Because it was pretty
Yeah, because it came up pretty fast.
jammy whammied.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's a general redness that just comes anyway.
Yeah.
But then, and here we get into the sound, like the washboard sound. And now you can see like the general redness getting darker. But now watch what's going to happen in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now you can really see the color
Yeah.
start to come up.
See that?
But that's Gua Sha. So for all of the tendons, see, it's way worse over here.
Yeah. But that doesn't hurt to like that. You would
But
think
now
that
you
it hurts
don't.
to touch. I can't.
Yeah. Yeah, it hurts
It's
while
just-
it's happening.
It's just a feeling sensation. It's not like
Now I have to keep treating it because now we're treating it.
now we're treating it.
Okay, so feel out your arm for me and tell me where you still kind of feel there's holding.
Just in here a little bit.
And so basically, we just kind of chase that feeling for people. And that should be enough.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Total difference.
Yeah, and so that's what Gua Sha is. And I use it for any itis. So for tendonitis, carpal tunnel.
And that'll go away.
So the
Yeah,
general
day.
redness will go away.
Yeah.
But then this stuff, that will take a couple days to go away.
That'll take a couple days, but that's okay.
Yeah. That's what Gua Sha is. Yeah, and
Now
so
I can fly.
the other nice thing about Gua Sha is like I often use it as a diagnostic tool
Yes.
as well as a treatment tool because so between Gua Sha and cupping, there's lots of reasons why I would do either of them, right?
Right.
Like cupping is really good for moving stuff out of the lungs. So if you have like a cold,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Or and like if you have a sore throat, Gua Sha is really good for like clearing the heat, like in your throat,
Okay.
like swollen glands, kind
Oh.
of like fever, sore throat,
That's
right?
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
that makes sense.
And the reason why I would choose one over the other, like I don't know that I can always explain it. Like it depends on like how I see the person's body and how I see their muscles and what I think would be most effective.
Right.
Right. So today, that woman, what I did Gua Sha on her front for her heartburn, for her
Right.
indigestion, and cupping on her back
Okay.
because she had so many different things going on. Like I wanted to be able to slide and move the cups and give a nice massage. Right.
Right.
But the Gua Sha, I just wanted to clear that heat out of
Okay.
her system.
So, for instance, when you did the Gua Sha on my bum, you said maybe we should do cupping. So, what would be like? Why would you do one over the other?
Well, because of the tissues. So Gua Sha is like
Okay.
Gua Sha works really well with fascia.
When there's not a lot of adipose tissue, which you said before.
Gua Sha works really well with like fascia. So it's kind of like where like where you can
don't
see
have a-
muscle shape.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Gua Sha works really well with fascia.
Okay.
And also with any kind of heat signs. And so that's a Chinese medicine kind of diagnostic thing is like, what are signs of heat? If you get red eyes or you get that really burny, scratchy throat or, you get like, you feel like dry fever or whatever, those are heat signs.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Gua Sha is really good for that. Cupping is too.
Mhm.
But the other thing that's really great is that we want to,
It's okay.
we want to be able to, so for cups, if we want like a longer, slower kind of
Pull.
release,
Oh, got
right?
it. Okay.
because nothing does what cupping does. Cupping like pulls up.
Yeah.
Nothing does what cupping does.
No.
So
yeah.
it's kind of special that way. And Gua Sha is special in a different way, but
Yeah.
cupping, nothing pulls up. So
Okay.
like on somewhere like glutes or
Yeah.
but where there's a lot of like tissue, we want to kind of like help lift.
I have a lot of tissue on my
Yeah, we want to kind of lift and move that tissue
bum.
around.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
And so that's why cupping is a lot.
I'm not going to show
better.
you what cuppy's going to look like on my bum. I'll tell you all about it when it happens. So.
It's not that kind of program. But
program.
anyway, but yeah, that's it.
Okay, I'm excited.
Thanks for
First
the
of all-
opportunity to talk about Gua Sha.
Yeah, I'm excited because I already feel better.
I love.
I already
talking about
feel
Gua
like
Sha.
my head is so much lighter,
Yeah, good,
and my next client is going to benefit from this.
great. Okay, good.
Woo! All right, cool. Thanks so much for
Nice chatting.
Nice chatting with you too. Thanks so much for all the movement.
Gua Sha forever.